Hi, this is Bedrest Coach Darline Turner, owner and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond, and it's Video Wednesday. Today, we are doing a little bit of a follow-up to our teleseminar that we had a few weeks ago. And if you did not have the chance to attend, you can actually listen to it on our website, www.mamasonbedrest.com, and it is on the blog page. So we had our teleseminar, Bounce Back After Pregnancy and Bed Rest. And we were talking about, how to take care of yourself, how to kind of get back into the groove after pregnancy and bed rest, kind of being out of the loop. And as always, the question came up, what about exercise? How do you move back into exercise? I mean, if you were a marathoner and were put on bed rest, you're not going to bounce right out of bed and get back into marathoning. But what is the best way to do this, and what is the safest way to do this? And I covered this pretty extensively in the teleseminar, so I do recommend that you go back and take a listen to that. But one of the things that I really wanted to drive home today is the fact that you have got to take care of your pelvic floor. Pregnancy in and of itself can be fairly hard on the pelvic floor because you have all the weight of the pregnancy bearing down on a fairly thin muscle layer. And, a lot of times the doctor will say, well, you need to do Kegels, and Kegels are good, but they really don't address the entire picture of the entire pelvic floor and give you the stability that you need to be able not only to maintain your pregnancy, to go through labor and delivery without overstretching those muscles and or tearing, and then to be fully active and functional after pregnancy. And that means without becoming incontinent, i.e. dribbling, tinkling just a little bit when you laugh, cough, sneeze, or otherwise bear down on that pelvic floor. So when people ask me about this, and it was asked in the teleseminar, and this is what really made me think about it, who do you talk to? What do you recommend? Now, I will admit, I am not a physical therapist, so I don't really make a lot of recommendations about what specifically to do, except that I do have my go-to gals, and I decided to share their resources with you because they are excellent, fabulous ladies who have done extensive research and training and have extensive expertise in not only rehabbing the pelvic floor, but maintaining its integrity from the get-go so that you don't even have to rehab it. You're actually taking care of it through the pregnancy, labor, delivery, and beyond. Now, these ladies also tell me that Kegels are not the best exercises for the pelvic floor. And so I've said to them, what are the best exercises? And believe me, there are a plethora. They've shown me a few that I have actually shared in the Bed Rest Success Kit. So if you haven't gotten that yet, go ahead and sign up for our newsletter and you'll get that free. But they also have a wealth of information on each of their websites, and I highly, highly recommend that you check each one of them out. My first go-to gal is Julie Weeb. She's a physical therapist out in LA. She has extensive knowledge, years of experience. She's not only a physical therapist, she's also a teacher, and she works clinically, so she's really got a broad base, and I love her work. You can find Julie at julieweebpt.com, and she's got little videos and newsletter tips and articles and blog. I mean, she's really, really got her act together, and I trust her implicitly, and she is one of the people that I check in with when I have a client that I'm concerned about their pelvic floor and what's going on and whether or not the integrity of their pelvic floor has been compromised at all during their pregnancy. Another, I don't know if this is a single practitioner. I tweet with her, so I can't tell if it's a single practitioner or several others, but they're out of Australia of all places. Hey, go global. It is called pelvicfloorfirst.org.au, and I love their stuff. I mean, go to their website. They have, again, videos and films, and in Australia, they have the Continence Foundation of Australia, and Pelvic Floor First is actually an offshoot of that larger organization. I mean, I find it fascinating when I look at other countries, not companies, but other countries, and see what they're offering as a country, as a society for their citizens. I mean, this is a phenomenal site. I mean, I look at it and I think, wow, people can kind of just show up to the doctor and they're going to get this because it's just what the country gives their people. I mean, a phenomenal site. So again, it's pelvicfloorfirst.org.au. Check them out. Phenomenal, phenomenal site. Thirdly is my good friend Jessica McKinney. She's a physical therapist in the greater Boston area. Yay! Woo woo! And I've had a chance to really get to know her and her work. And she is a pelvic floor guru, women's health guru, and I really respect what she's doing. She and her husband own Marathon Physical Therapy in the greater Boston area. They have several locations, and they also have a very extensive website. So again, it's a chance for you to go. You can ask questions there, but a lot of times you can get your questions answered without even contacting them because there's so much on the website. I really love what Jessica's doing. She is doing so much for pregnant women and non-pregnant women, actually, in terms of pelvic floor health, pelvic floor rehabilitation, and maintenance. Can't say enough about Marathon Physical Therapy. Love them too. What I like about the resources I gave you is that these ladies are literally in all corners of the world. We've got Jessica in Massachusetts. We've got Julie out in Los Angeles, California. And then we have Pelvic Floor First all the way down in Australia. I mean, but the thing that's great is they're saying the same thing. So it really makes me feel good giving you this information because it seems to be pretty much standard of care. I feel like you're going to get good information. And, whether you're here in the U.S., you're in Australia. I haven't heard too much from other countries, and I'll try to get that as much as I can. But it seems to be consistent, and that's what I think is really cool. So, I love these resources. These are who I check in with when I have a client that I'm concerned about, and these ladies are top notch. So again, I just want to call your attention to Julie Weeb, physical therapist, and her website is julieweebpt.com. Pelvic Floor First in Australia, and their website is pelvicfloorfirst.org.au. And Marathon Physical Therapy, my good friend Jessica McKinney, physical therapist, and in charge of women's health and wellness. So, pelvic floor health, it is so important. You want to go in knowing what as much as you can. Now, you may be saying, well, I'm already on bed rest. I'm already kind of screwed. No, you're not. You can be doing things now that will enhance your health later on. It'll enhance your labor and delivery, and it'll definitely enhance your postpartum. Take a look at these sites. Great stuff. And, if somebody's saying you got to have an episiotomy, you got to do this, you got to do that, you don't got to do anything. Sometimes you need an episiotomy. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But know what you can do in the event if you've had one. Know what you can do to strengthen your pelvic floor. Know what you can do to better push when you're in labor. Get information. To me, knowledge is power. And especially as it pertains to your body, having that knowledge of how to take care of yourself and or protect yourself in the event of an untoward situation, there are just no words, and it's just invaluable. So I'm really happy to share these resources with you because pelvic health means more than just doing Kegels. It is really important that you get that. Some people say you should do 1,000 Kegels a day. You're just missing the mark. There are other muscles and other muscle groups and things that you're missing when you're just focusing on the Kegel. I cannot speak to it extensively, but these ladies can, and I really highly recommend that you check them out because, hey, when you don't have a strong pelvis and a strong core, your health really is compromised. And we don't want that for mamas on bed rest. We want our mamas strong and healthy, able to go out and walk their babies, play with their babies, and if they so desire, run marathons, do triathlons, lift weights, what have you, and not have to worry about, oh my God, am I going to pee on the floor while I'm doing this? So, yes, you have to be careful. Yes, you have to ease back into exercise. But more importantly, you want to do the proper and correct exercises. So check out Julie Weeb PT, pelvicfloorfirst.org.au, and marathonphysicaltherapy.com, Jessica McKinney PT. So that's it for me today. Bedrest Coach Darline Turner, owner and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. And remember, pelvic floor health is more than Kegels. Get the help you need today. Thanks so much. Bye.